Hey guys, what is up? What is up? Welcome to MK in the morning. I'm not in my setup. The sun is way too bright. Maybe towards the end I'll be able to go over there. But what is up, guys? What is up? Welcome to MK in the morning. We got a big show for you guys today. Sixers playing the Pacers tonight. Will they win tonight? Will they win? Not can they win. Will they win tonight? Because we all know they can beat the Pacers after what happened last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But today, we got my guy Austin Hamill popping in like around 11:15-ish. And we're going to talk about the Phillies and the Flyers, you know, to add some spice to MK in the morning every Tuesday. So with that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe. Catch you all in a bit. So let's just get this started, man. Let's just get this started. We're going to have people come in the chat and have some fun. So let's just get it, man. Let's just fucking get it. And yes, I know I'm early. I know I'm fucking early, but hey, as they say, early worm catches the worm, or whatever it is, whatever that fucking is. Yeah, guys, let's just get right into it, man. And also, please subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network if you guys haven't already. We have plenty of shows going on today on the network. It's actually crazy how many shows we have on the network on any given day. It's insane what we got. We got MK in the morning to 12. Then that's gonna lead you into the 3-point blitz with Nikki Stees. And then we got Mets doing NXT tonight. We got Nikki Stees and Asian Warrior X doing everything on the table. We got Coach Ed and Man Cave doing WNBA. She got game. We got so many shows today, and it is just incredible what we have built here on the Hardcore Sports Network. It is just fucking incredible what we have built here. Like, think about this, right? Just think about this when it comes to networks, when it comes to YouTube, right? You have these guys trying to all be like professionals and everything. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying, hardcore sports, what you got is what you're gonna get. We're gonna have the best shows throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years, and I'm really happy for what we have built here. Shout out to everyone who's in that hardcore sports network. Shout out to everyone, man. Like it's incredible. And my guy Austin is now my right hand man or assistant manager, whatever you want to call him. So he and I are working behind the scenes. We're working very hard to bring more content to you guys. So just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. All right. Sixers taking on the Pacers tonight, right? We are taking on the Indiana Pacers. Pacers are one of the worst teams in the league, right? They're one of the worst teams, but hey, anything can happen in the NBA. Any fucking thing can happen in the NBA. We lost to the Pelicans, right? And then we destroyed the Minnesota Timberwolves the day after in a back to back. And I'm just sitting here, it's like, where's the consistency when it comes to the Sixers, right? There is no consistency at all. But hey, that's what you signed up for when you're a Sixers fan. You expect the unexpected, and definitely that was unexpected. Without Joel Embiid, without Paul George, that game was definitely unexpected for sure. Definitely unexpected. But guys, don't forget to talk in the chat here. Let's have some fun. Keep the comments rolling. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. So Indiana, I want to look up real quick here. How much are the Sixers favored? They probably are, but the question is, by how much are the Sixers favored? How much? So let's just check this out real quick here. We're on Tuesday. Where the hell? Yeah, I can't really see today. It's really weird. There it is. And the Sixers are favored by 10.5 points. We are favored by 10.5 points against the Indiana Pacers, who are 15-43, and the Sixers are 31-26. We're actually better away than we are home. So that gives us another leg. So we are 16-11 away, and the Pacers are 10-19 at home. So the favor is definitely in our favor for the Sixers tonight. But we got to talk about Pascal Siakam here. Pascal Siakam is that guy where he can go off at any given moment. He's arguably a borderline, not borderline. He is a superstar in my opinion. He's a, you know what? Sure, he is a borderline superstar. So with that, we got to do a hell of a good job to guard Pascal Siakam tonight because we can actually handle the Indiana Pacers for sure. Yes, they got Nembhard, they got some other guys there, but Pascal Siakam, this is his team. This is his team now. There's no Tyrese Halliburton. He's not going to be here until next season. So we gotta figure out how to lock down t- Pascal Siakam. And for me, right now, the way to do it, we got Dominic Barlow is arguably our weakest position, but he's been showing glimpses of his potential. He's been showing his flashes and everything. So honestly, guys, this how we're gonna stop Pascal Siakam. You got to double him in the post. You got to double him in the post. Force him to kick it out to the open shooter for the open shot. You cannot let him get into the paint. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get in the paint. If you do, it's going to be trouble. I think Andre Drummond is going to start tonight. That is my prediction. Who's going to start at center? So Drummond is not really a rim protector like a Dembona is. So Drummond can defend. He can grab rebounds, but it's nothing like to rim protect. So he can help Barlow shut down Siakam because can Kelly Oubre contain Pascal Siakam? Certainly he can. That is another body we can throw at Pascal Siakam. Kelly Oubre, Pascal Siakam. All right, Kelly Oubre, Dominic Barlow can definitely contain Pascal Siakam. So that is something we desperately need to figure out is how to slow down Pascal Siakam. Then the rest will fall into place. The rest will fall into place. So let's go through their potential starting lineup tonight. Let's go through the Indiana Pacers starting lineup tonight, shall we? So we're gonna go to this layout right here, and then we're gonna just go to here, and then let's go this way. This is the potential starting five. There's still going to be injuries here on this. So you got Andrew Nembhard, who can actually, he's a microwave scorer. He can actually shoot from anywhere. I want to look up real quick what his shooting splits are. Let's look at what his shooting splits are. These are his averages against the Philadelphia 76ers, right? So the last game, he scored 22 points against the Sixers, 6 assists. He shot 44% from three, 50% from the field against the Sixers. Those are his averages against the Sixers. So Nemhart could definitely shoot that thing. He could definitely shoot the ball. So this season, he is averaging 37% from three. We cannot let not Pascal. Andrew Nemhart get open. We can't afford that at all. So, what is up, Arku? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by, bro. Thank you for stopping by. How's it going, man? How's it going? We're just talking about the Indiana Pacers right now and how the Sixers should slow them down. So the Sixers, man, anything can happen with this team. We can go on a hot run. We can go on a cold streak, and especially coming off of that huge win against the Minnesota Timberwolves last game, shutting them down, clamping Anthony Edwards for a majority of the game. We cannot overlook the Indiana Pacers. We definitely cannot. Because if we get this win, I think Miami plays tonight, right? If Miami plays tonight, let's see. I just want to see. Hold on. If Miami plays tonight. Okay, so if Miami lose to Milwaukee and we win, that gives us another leg to stay out of the play-in. But if the Sixers lose and Miami wins, that makes the gap much closer. And especially the fact we play Miami on Thursday, that is going to be a huge game going. If we're going to see who's going to be in the play-in pretty much after that game, so we gotta have. We need Milwaukee to win. We need Milwaukee to win. That is for sure. What is up, Wesley? What is up? Thank you for stopping by. You can't overlook everybody. That is facts. That is facts. What is good, Ryan? What is good? Shout out to the 10 people in the chat here. Shout out to 10 people in the chat. But that is the problem, Arku, with the Sixers. They overlook so many opponents that they get caught off guard. Look what happened to the New Orleans Pelicans. Then when they were able to lock in, they destroy the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it's all a mind game at the end of the day for the Philadelphia 76ers. You need to be able to lock in and day out. You're half a game above the Heat. Yep, we're half a game above the Heat. So if Miami beats Milwaukee and we lose to Indiana, we're tied for that sixth seed. We're tied for that sixth, seventh seed. So we gotta have Milwaukee win. But as of right now, I think I got Miami over Milwaukee. Milwaukee's going down slope right now. So, yep. This is definitely going to be a mind game tonight. And desperately, we got to slow down Pascal Siakam and Nemhard because Nemhard shot the lights out against the Sixers last time. He shot 44% from three against us. So we got to be able to shut him down. So Nemhard is definitely a guy you got to keep an eye out for sure. And then you got Jay Huff. Now Jay Huff for the Indiana Pacers, he was in so many trade talks around the trade deadline. He was one of those guys that was linked to this team, to that team, to that team, to that team. He is so underrated that the Sixers have to keep an eye on him at all costs. We got to because the last time that the Sixers played the Pacers, these are the averages that Jay Huff has against the Sixers. He averaged 11.5 points, 1.5 assists, 40% from three, and 42% from the field. Again, the Sixers have a problem of leading shooters wide open from the three. They have a tendency to leave them wide open from the three and leaving a huge gap that the shooter can still knock the shot down. So the Sixers really got to clamp on that. They really gotta close out on these wide open threes. They desperately have to because these guys can desperately, not desperately, but they can honestly just go off. Like Jay Huff, Nemhard, they can go off at any given moment. What is up, Blaze? If the trade continues, Sixers lose by 30 tonight and win the next game by 30. Yep. Jay Huff is a lot more athletic than he looks. He definitely is. He's a good shooter as well. Huge gap. Pause. Yep, you got me there. You got me there. But with Indiana, they have so many key guys that they can desperately just go off at any given moment. Like for me, Jay Huff can desperately, not desperately, he can have a game. And then Jarris Walker, I mean, it's Jarris Walker. He's still young in his career. He had great potential coming out of college. I really liked his game. But Jarris Walker right now, he's averaging 11 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and he's shooting 40% from three. So Jarris Walker is not on my list of like, we got to shut this guy down or we're going to lose. Jarris Walker, it's like he's going to, my guess tonight, He's going to get 8 points and 5 boards. That is my guess for Jarris Walker. Blaze, write that down because I want to see if I'm correct on Jarris Walker tonight. Because if that happens, man, I'm good. But Jarris Walker, that is gonna that's desperate. That not desperately. That's the weakest position for them in the starting lineup. That is their weakest position. So we can afford to leave them open a bit, but we still gotta shut them down. We still gotta lock down. Yeah. For my matchups tonight, I'm gonna go through some key matchups. No one is paying attention to the State of the Union election tonight. No. I'm not. I didn't even know that was on tonight. I didn't even know they were talking on tonight, honestly. They have games on tonight. Yep. We're going to go through the games in a little bit. We're going to go through all the games before my guy Austin pops on the show, like around 11:15. And we're going to talk about the Flyers, Phillies a little bit, adding a little spice to MK in the morning on Tuesdays. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go over the games, etc. So for my matchup tonight, I am looking at, oh my God, like here, hold on. I want to go through the starting lineup for the Pacers again, like the potential. So Nemhard, if he plays, I think he will play. Naismith is out. Naismith is going to be out for the Indiana Pacers. That's another good shooter for them that is not going to play. So you have like Ben Sippard or Cam Jones taking his spot. But for the Pascal Siakam, is him and whoever can close out on him. I think it's going to be Dominic Barlow or Kelly Oubre. I think Kelly Oubre is going to start out guarding Pascal Siakam, and we got to double team him in the post. So my matchup is going to be Siakam and Barlow. If you want to put not Barlow, Oubre. If you want to start out with Barlow, I'm okay with that as well. So this is definitely not going to work in our favor when we have Pascal Siakam. There are games tonight. There are games on Peacock tonight. There it is. Again. Sixers should win tonight. Yes, they should win tonight, Nikki. But for me, I'm like, we gotta shut down Siakam. Nemhard is gonna get his shots. J Hub is gonna be he's more of like a stretch big who's athletic, so he's gonna get his shots as well. But if you can shut down Siakam, then we're pretty much going to afford everyone else to get their shots. But Siakam is the main priority against the Indiana Pacers. If it's not against Siakam, like, dude, Siakam, it's not a good matchup for us when it comes to Siakam. It's definitely not. Now, when we had Joel Embiid, a healthy Joel Embiid, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. When we have a healthy Paul George, I'm okay with that. A healthy Paul George can guard Siakam. A healthy Joel Embiid can guard Siakam. But these guys, they're not gonna be able to guard Siakam to his fullest. So they can contain him, but he's still gonna get a touch off. That's the only thing I'm kind of afraid of tonight. That's the only thing is Siakam getting his shots. So hopefully we can slow him down tonight. Yeah. I can't wait for the next season for the Indiana Pacers. You got Tyrese Halliburton. You're gonna have Nemhard. You're gonna have Siakam, and you're gonna have Zubac. I cannot wait for next season for Indiana Pacers. That is gonna be a fun team to watch. Definitely a fun team to watch. Tyrese Halliburton. We've seen him take them to the finals. We've seen that. Can Halliburton take this team to the finals with the addition of Zubac, who's honestly, arguably one of the most underrated centers in the league today? So I can't wait for the Pacers next week, and then we got not next week, next year. So The Pacers, right now, we're worried about tonight. The Sixers are 10.5 point favorites. Remember, the Minnesota Timberwolves were like what were they, like 9.5 point favorites against us, and we beat them. So, basketball, anything can happen. It depends on the runs that they're going on and who's on a hot streak shooting the rock. Zubac should be a big help when Halliburton returns. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I loved it when they had Miles Turner there because he's more of a better shooter than Zubac. So Miles Turner could space the floor. I really don't like Miles Turner on the Bucks. I don't. I miss Brook Lopez on the Bucks. I think that fit with Giannis was really good. Was really, really good. And then now you got Zubac. That is arguably the best trade at the deadline, honestly. And then now you have Brook Lopez starting for the Clippers. You got him starting for the Clippers, so it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Lord. Yeah. So that's my big matchup. It's gonna be Barlow and Oubre on Pascal Siakam. That's really. And then I can't believe I'm gonna bring this up again. TJ McConnell, that guy's a scrappy point guard. He hustles, he gets to his spots, he knocks down the mid range. He's a guy you don't want to play against, really. So TJ McConnell can be a pest on the floor. If we can avoid him getting the steals and getting to his spots, I don't know. TJ McConnell is not really a threat, but TJ McConnell can be annoying. He's like that little annoying brother that tries to, get the ball from you to annoy you. That's what McConnell is. And McConnell's very good at his role. He knows his role. He knows his role, and that's pretty much it, man. That is pretty much it. Yeah. TJ's a dog. He's from Pittsburgh. What do you expect? Yeah. And Blades, how many times have I said that I missed TJ McConnell on the Sixers? How many times have I said that? How many times have I said that, Blades? Yeah. So the Sixers cannot overlook. That is one. You cannot overlook. You got to shut down Siakam, and you got to look at TJ McConnell. So you got to. What are the keys to the game? That is my question, though. What are your guys' keys to the game? Start out hot, run and gun, make your shots. For me, you got to look at Quentin Grimes. For the last couple of games, Quentin Grimes has been knocking down his shots. He's been playing well on defense. He's a low-key good playmaker. Quentin Grimes has not desperately, he has played his role to the potential that we have need for the longest time. Longest time. So Quentin Grimes, this is the guy we need. This is the guy right here, right now. If he's consistent, could he get back up there to the 6 man of the year? If he could get back out there for the 6 man of the year, that'd be crazy. What did Alexander? You sent your picture. I was like, whoa. Keys to the game, beat a team that's tanking. Yeah. Stop saying I'm trying not to. I don't know why I'm keep on saying that. It's like bothering me. Each time I say that word, I gotta take a shot. Take a shot of water. Yeah, Alexander, what happened to your logo? I was so confused. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? So, yeah. So the Pacers Sixers tonight. I will be live for that game tonight. That is going to be a fun game. It's already on the channel. It's already scheduled. And then tomorrow, after the pick and roll, me and Michigan Mike, we're going to stream Thunder and Pistons. Cade versus the Thunder. I can't wait for that game. I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be hell of fun to watch. Alexander gave up on the Cowboys and the Chargers, apparently. Yeah, apparently. Apparently. I'm just like shocked. That's the least. That's basically one of the last things I would ever expect. Ever expected. So, Alexander, what happened? What happened, man? So, yeah, the Sixers have a game tonight. We're gonna be live for, and yeah, how long is Naismith gonna be out? That's actually a big blow. That's honestly a big blow to them, honestly. Aaron Naismith this year. Hold on. Naismith this year, he's averaging 13 points per game. What, 5 boards, 2 assists. He's shooting 39% from the field, 7% from three. He's and then 82% from the field. They are missing Nembhard. That is gonna, or not Nembhard. They're missing Aaron Naismith. That is gonna be something. That is gonna be a big. That's gonna be a big blow. We gotta exploit that. We gotta exploit that, Sixers. You cannot have any of these guys off the bench afford to go off. Mathurin sure has been balling out with the Clippers. I'm kind of surprised Pacers gave up on him, but they needed to get big man. I get it. Benedict Mathurin, didn't he have a game winner? Not allowed to change that. You're allowed, but it was like the last thing I would ever expect. It's the last thing I would ever expect from you. From you, it would be the last thing I would ever expect. I thought you would always have that one. It is crazy. Man. I can't. Yep. Remember, guys, to like the stream, to share this out, and go to the Hardcore Sports Network, like and share it out over there as well. We're talking about the Sixers right now, going up against the Indiana Pacers tonight. The keys to victory right now, you gotta slow down Siakam. That is the first thing. The second thing, you gotta get the rebounds, especially on the offensive side of the ball. When you look at the Pacers right now, right, you have Jay Huff against Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's a better rebounder. What is Jay Huff averaging right now in rebounding? Jay Huff right now in rebounding. What is he averaging? He's averaging 4 rebounds. So the Sixers right now, they have a good chance of getting more rebounds on the offensive side of the glass. And then pass out Siakam. Isn't he averaging like 7? Yeah, he's averaging 6.8. So Siakam's averaging 7 rebounds. If we could box him out and get offensive rebounds, that would be huge. Jay Huff is not really known as a rebounder. Siakam's an underrated rebounder. So if they start with Drummond, you gotta have him in the paint at all costs, getting boards, cleaning up the loose balls. You get him up there for the second chance points. It comes down to that. So slow down Siakam, clear offensive glass, and 3, just play team basketball, man. Just don't overlook the Pacers. That's the third one. Don't overlook the Pacers. Yes, Siakam's supposed to play tonight. Yes. I'm still a fan of the Cowboys and Chargers. There you go. I was not questioning your fandom. I was questioning, like, Wow, that caught me off guard. Another fantasy win, 8 in a row. I beat Rios by over 900 points. I know he ain't even playing anymore. Yeah, it was the strangest thing for my fantasy team. It wouldn't let me switch out Wemby. I had to go on my computer and do it. So I'm like, what the hell? So I fixed that. My team is fixed now. Yeah, Reed. Hey, Blake. Yep. Love how you guys are talking in the chat, man. Really fucking love it. Really fucking love it. So let's go through the games tonight. Then Austin will be here in like 10 to 15 minutes to talk Phillies and Flyers. So let's go through the games right now for tonight. We got some big games tonight. So first off, we got the Sixers. And here, I'm going to share the screen here. Let me share the screen here. We're going to go to this one. Let me share the screen. So we're going through the games real quick before Austin comes in to talk Phillies and Flyers a little bit. Here we go. So first off, Washington at Atlanta. Both teams that are tanking. I'm still going with Atlanta. I think Atlanta with Jalen Johnson, he's super underrated this year. They're building the team around him, which is the right way to go. They traded away Trae Young, so I am going with the Hawks. Mavericks at the Nets. I'm going with the Mavericks here. Cooper Flag, if he's back in from injury, I feel like he'll have a game against that. Thunder versus the Raptors. This game is going to be interesting. I'm very high on Toronto. I love the way they're playing right now. Thunder is still missing SEA. I'm still going to go with the Thunder, though. They're the best team in the league. Well, according to ESPN, they're the second best team in the league right now. So, Knicks at the Cavs tonight at 7:30 on Peacock. That game is going to be hella fun. Hella fun. I'm going with the Knicks here. I'm going to go with the Knicks just because they are a better defensive team, I feel like. And they've had some great wins the last couple of games, so the momentum is riding high. So I'm going with the Knicks. Charlotte at the Bulls. I'm going Charlotte. The Hornets are playing out of their mind, especially LaMelo Ball. Miami at Milwaukee. I'm going to go Miami here, even though we need Milwaukee to win. So the Sixers, and then if the Sixers win tonight, that separates the gap of us of winning the play-in. So I'm going to go with Miami here. I feel like they're the better team. Golden State and New Orleans. I'm going to go Golden. Actually, I'm going New Orleans here. I'm going to go New Orleans. I feel like Zion's going to have a good game tonight. Going for the upset. Celtics at the Suns. I'm going Celtics. Phoenix is too banged up. No Booker. No what's his name? No Booker, no Brooks. So I'm going Boston. Minnesota at Portland. I'm going Minnesota. Portland is just not one of the best, not a good team. Orlando at the Lakers. I'm going with the Lakers. Orlando is one of the biggest disappointments right now. And Banchero has not been playing up to his potential, I feel like. So Banchero needs to pick it up. I'm not liking the way he's been playing right now. So we just went through all the games there. So there we go. All the games are done. They are predicted. Hold on a sec. I gotta go like this, like that. And then we're gonna go like this. And now we're gonna wait for Austin. Whenever he's ready, he can just pop one in. So, yeah. You know what, Mitch? I'd go with Pacers over the Sixers since you picked Pelicans over the Warriors. That's fair. That's fair. That is honestly fair, Alexander. I'm not mad at that. I am not. That is the whole thing about what is the word? Competition. Competition and like rivalries. It was like, hey, you pick against my team? Well, I'm picking against your team. So that's all fair. That's all fair, Alexander. That's all fair. All right. So, You know what? I'm gonna wait. So, yeah, go for it, Alexander. Let me know who you guys have winning. Let me know who you guys have winning tonight. The Sixers or the Pacers. Let me know in the chat. And then you know what I feel like talking about right now? Hold on. Oh my God. Good God. Damn. That is crazy. So, yeah. Let me know. And then who's your player of the game tonight? Since for me, I'm going to pick my player of the game right now. Maxey coming off of a huge game last night or 2 nights ago against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to go with Maxey. I'm going to go with Maxey. Just got to hope his shot selection is not terrible. We just got to make sure he doesn't hike up shit. Because I just hate when players hike up stupid shit. That is like my worst pet peeve. Yep, the Sixers play the Celtics on Sunday. Sixers play the Celtics on Sunday. All right, hold on. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for game on Sunday. That's just gonna be so entertaining. It's not even gonna be funny. So, yeah. All right, we're gonna get rid of this. You guys picked the Sixers to win tonight against the Pacers. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. They're a better team all around. They're coming off of a huge win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They shut down Anthony Edwards majority of the game, and then you got the Pacers, who are just one of the worst teams in the league. Zubac yeah, he definitely is. He is definitely underrated for sure. He gets to his spots, he gets the rebounds, he gets the putbacks. He plays basic base basketball, and that's what I love, man. I love just a guy just to play his role, and that's it. Know his role. That's pretty much it. Unlike Maxey, like with all the players that are injured, you have Maxey doesn't know what all the roles he's going to be playing. Like Paul George is out, Joel Embiid is out. Maxey doesn't know which role he's going to play. And then once you have Joel, you go from the number one guy to the number two guy. I honestly hate it. Like, I wish better things were coming out. I wish better things were coming out. So, all right. Let's get ready for Austin. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Let's turn off the logo. And then once it's here, I'll just click that. Yeah. All right. Only matter of time, boys. Only matter of time. Give me your score prediction for tonight. Give me a score prediction. I got the Sixers winning. I'm going to go with the Sixers. If they don't overlook and Pascal Siakam does not have a terrible game, I got the Sixers winning 115 to 104. I got the Sixers winning 115 to 104. They're 10.5 point favored, so that's what I'm going. 115 to 104. 11-point win. 11-point victory. So let's go. Sixers. It's going to be a fun game. Just can't afford for them to overlook. You can't afford to have them overlook them. Huh. I just saw this on Twitter. Stephen A said without SGA, the Thunder is not even a top 18. That's a load of crap. That is honestly a big load of crap. That was the biggest load of crap I've ever fucking heard. All right, we got 5 minutes left, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe for more Sixers content, for more basketball content on the Hardcore Sports Network. We cover majority of our sports, man. It is insane how many shows we have on the network. Let's go through the shows real quick. Man. So today, after the after MK in the morning, we got Nikki Steeds with the 3-point blitz. That's at 12 o'clock p.m. noon. So I'm going to send you guys over to there right after this. So you guys will go right there. And then we got WNBA CGOT game with Coach Ed and Man Cave. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. And then at 8 o'clock, we got two shows at 8. We got the NXT watch along with Mets, and then we got everything on the table with, again, Nikki Steves and Agent Warrior X. So we got so many shows for tonight, man. So many shows. And thank you all who tuned into the Monday Night Raw last night. The Raw wasn't that great, but we had an emotional ending with AJ Styles. So thank you all for tuning in that. Thank you all who turned into Birds of Broad Street, the Mega Match podcast, Flip the Script, This Week of Flyers Hockey. Thank you all to everyone who tuned into the shows. And the Hardcore Sports Network is only about to get bigger, man. Only about to get bigger. More content creators are coming. More shows are coming. So make sure you are subscribed to the Hardcore Sports Network, bro. Make sure. There's going to be a lot of clips coming throughout the day. So close to 1,500. We got to hit that goal. So make sure you guys are tapped in. And then I'm going to put a post on the community tab pretty much later on today asking what other sports you guys want to see from the on the network. So we're getting a soccer show coming soon. We're getting more football content creators. My goal for that is to get one from each and every team in the NFL by the end of the offseason. That is my goal, and we're already more than halfway there, which is crazy to even think. We just got a Cowboys guy yesterday. Yes, I won't forget Bam. That was actually funny yesterday. If you guys don't understand the joke, we were at the top. We were talking about centers in the league, and I kept on forgetting Bam. And then everyone was like, don't forget Bam. Don't forget Bam. Or I spam, don't forget Bam or something. So, yeah, so back to the network, man. Thank you, everyone. Like, all right. My guy Austin is now here. Let's get him in. What is up, bro?
How you doing, Mitch? Well, thank you for having me on.
Of course. And by the way, guys, if you guys didn't know, Austin is now helping me behind the scenes for the Hardcore Sports Network, man. Thank you for all the help already. It is crazy. Thank you.
Of course, man. I'm more than happy to be taking the opportunity to be able to help you out with making this network grow, dude. You've been giving me an incredible opportunity to be able to work with Joe and James doing the Flyers and Phillies stuff. So anything I can do to help give back to what you've done for me I'm more than willing to do.
Of course. And by the way, guys, Austin Soccer Show is going to start up soon. It's going to be partnered with Streampunk. That is actually going to be on their Streampunk Sports channel. So make sure to look that up in the coming weeks. So you ready to talk about Phillies and Flyers, man? We got a lot to get into. Let's get it.
Yeah,
let's get it, man. I feel like we should start off with the Phillies right now, and this whole thing with Bryce Harper, because with Bryce Harper, everyone is talking about how terrible it is, like him and Dombrowski or whatever. So, give me your thoughts on that, man.
Honestly, I don't even know, dude, because this has been happening since everything sort of fell apart after the Dodgers series with Philadelphia. Right. Dombrowski made the comment saying that Harper wasn't quote unquote as elite as he usually is. And like, I get it. His numbers have been down, but it kind of makes sense when you look at the rest of the caliber of players around him. He doesn't have to produce as much as he should. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the expectation for him that he sees it as not as there's not as much pressure on him to produce like there was before. You have Schwarber absolutely knocking the cover off the ball. Trey Turner hitting 300 consistently. You have these guys that are able to pick up around him to help make the team better. And granted, another 8-9 home runs from Bryce could sometimes end up making the difference over the course of a regular and postseason. But honestly, the main thing that I'm concerned about right now is pitching. We don't know when Zach Wheeler's coming back. We lost Ranger Suarez in the offseason. We lost Matt Strahm during free agency as well. So you have a lot of glaring holes in your pitching. The offense is going to be there. Schwarber's going to hit, Harper's going to hit, Turner's going to hit. You need to figure out what your pitching staff is going to look like. Because right now, from what I'm looking at the projections of, Taijuan Walker is going to be a starter in this rotation.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not a big fan of that either, man. The rotation has always been an issue for God knows how long, right? It's been like an issue for what, over a decade, it feels like?
Oh, I feel like longer than that. Ever since after the 08 World Series, it's not even the rotation, it's the bullpen. The bullpen has been such an issue.
It's just crazy. I just don't understand, why aren't they paying attention to this issue? They're going over every other thing except for that.
I don't know.
Asinine to me.
We let the Mets steal Bo Bichette out from under us, and then we sort of just gave up on the rest of free agency.
Yeah.
Well, no, I lie. We let Bo Bichette get taken out from under us by the Mets. We signed Adolis Garcia, and then we're like, well, that's an offseason, guys. Great job.
And then Castellanos goes to, where did you go again?
San Diego, and he's playing first base.
Yeah, there we go again.
Guess what? Guess who's been the everyday first baseman in San Diego? Jake Cronenworth. And guess who actually hits the ball very well? Jake goddamn Cronenworth. What are you going to do? Are you really going to start Castellanos every day at first base? That is one of the most inconsistent bats and career minus defender. I talked about this with Joe and James earlier in the week. Castellanos started as a corner infielder. He started as a third baseman in Detroit. He was a minus defender then, moved him to the outfield when he went to the Cubs, stayed in the outfield with Cincinnati, minus defender during that time. The only reason he got paid the way he got paid was he had one season batting over 310. One. And you backed the Brinks truck up for this guy. Sure, when he hits, my God, can the guy hit?
Yeah.
But he's not $200 million worth of hitting and defense. He never has been, and he never will be.
Right.
I'm glad he's gone. The amount of times that I've seen this man swing at absolute trash pitches and then stare at a meatball down the middle that he could have sent 385 to left center.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and then on top of that, the poor base running when you see that rotation's in play against the Dodgers in the playoffs, and you hesitate on the run on the bunt. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know why he sucks. You know whose house he lives in? Ben Simmons' old house.
He sucked before he moved into Ben Simmons' house.
Okay, I thought he was okay. I thought he was decent, and then he went there. He just sucked.
No, like I said, he had that one good year of batting over 300 in his career, and then all of a sudden he's considered one of the best players in the league. Shut up.
Oh my God, it's just hysterical. Like, it's just a typical Philly thing, man. It's just a typical Philly thing.
Dude finished batting like, I think it was like 312 in that one good Cincinnati year, and all of a sudden everyone was like, he's Trey Turner. Like, no, he's not. He never was.
He's the funniest thing.
He was like Kenny Lofton offensively with a little bit more pop.
Yeah. So I'm great that you brought up Trey Turner, actually, because our good friend James Scorza had a bit of a rant. I don't know if you saw it about Trey Turner. So I'm going to play the clip right now. Let me share the screen here. He kind of went off, and it went kind of viral on social media. I'm not going to lie. It went kind of viral. So he's done with Trey Turner, dude. He is done. So,
be the last year for Trey Turner too. I think Trey Turner could be.
oh wow, okay,
I'm serious. I mean, I think I've seen enough of it. I mean, I love Trey. I thought it was a great acquisition back in 2022 or 23, whatever it was. But he hasn't been that player that we thought he was back in that. I mean, believe it or not, the one thing that really annoys me about with Trey Turner is that he actually showed his poise in that World Baseball Classic, and we were like, "Oh wow, he's going to bring that to Philadelphia," and the dare I say it, the standing ovation shit happens, and just everything is just beyond ludicrous right after that. So yeah, I gotta say right now, if Trey Turner doesn't turn into like Trey Turner of the Washington Nationals, LA Dodgers, they might be moving him. I think this could.
what do you think about that?
Look, James, I love you, man, but you're wrong. You're wrong, dude. He literally just had his best year as a Philly last year. He batted 304. The previous 2 seasons were, what was it, 295, 266.
Yeah,
Batting average wise, it's the best year that he's had as a Philly. I
Right.
believe. Let me see. Second best batting average season overall. Probably
Mhm.
third if you count the split between Washington and the Dodgers in 21. Yeah, no, that was his best one because he batted 328 overall that year. No,
Okay.
third, because the year before that he batted 335. So like,
Yeah.
but that was also the shortened COVID year. But like
Mhm.
Turner's numbers are up compared to the past 2 seasons. His slash line last year was 304, 355, 457 with 15 homers and 69 RBI. Nice. But like the dude's good.
Yeah.
Last season, who had the best year as a Philly last year? Kyle Schwarber. Trey Turner, in terms of power, it was Kyle Schwarber. In terms of overall contact hitting, it was Trey Turner.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the issue that Turner had to start off was him adjusting to the pressure of being a Philadelphia Philly.
That's a good point. That's
It
a
makes
good
perfect
point.
sense. The second that someone that has a pedigree like a player like a Trey Turner has coming into this town, we expect that immediately, every single time. And
Yeah.
I get it. I 100% get it. That's just the way the fandom is here. We expect your best every single game. If you don't give it, you will hear it. It's just how
Mhm.
we are. It's how we've lived our entire lives. It's what we transfer over to sport. Trey
Mhm.
Turner literally had his best season as a Philly last year. I don't get where all these people are having this issue with Trey Turner all of a sudden. It was the best offensive season that he's had. Defensively, did he struggle last year? Yeah, it happens though.
Yeah.
To think he had his best offensive year while still struggling defensively. If he can figure it out defensively, everyone's going to forget that he had 2 bad seasons here. Everyone's going to forget that he had 2 seasons below 300 average. Like the guy is really, really good. And he's still good. That's the crazy thing. He's in his mid-30s now, and he's still good. Like,
Right.
cut this guy some slack, man. 2 off years, and then you bat over 300 like we expect you to do, and people are done with him. James, I love you, man. No, sir.
On TikTok, it got 6,700 views. On TikTok, and the comments are he won a batting title with the Phillies just because he doesn't hit home runs. It doesn't make him bad.
Exactly.
And the batting title wasn't enough. Yeah, I could go through all these. We don't have all day.
Yeah, and they're all a lot of them are sentiments that I just echoed. Like
he came in 5th last year in MVP.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude, 5th in MVP voting, and James wants him out.
Literally, what are you talking about? Do you just want a batting title? Do these people watch any games?
Yeah, and especially after the season that Luis Arias had last year offensively, to have Trey Turner be able to steal the batting title from him, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah,
so here's
dude,
another one.
Perfect comment right there. Hitting home runs is the hardest thing to do in baseball.
Unless you're Barry Bonds.
Unless you have something helping you out, Hitting home runs is one of the hardest things to do in baseball, man.
So here's the comment though.
And
He
Turner
goes,
still
"This is-
hit 15 of them last year, batting over 300, batting above the Mendoza line is damn near impossible. Because you think when that pitcher lets that ball go, if it is a fastball at league average speed, you have 5 milliseconds to determine if you want to swing that bat or not. And Turner did it at a clip that is over 30% of his at bats are base hits.
Yeah. So here's a
Let that
comment
man
here.
cook.
Yeah, here's a comment right now. This is correct, but frankly, he's a small concern for the team compared to some other deficiencies.
Yeah, I mean,
Who is
Marsh
this
had a-
guy? I don't know.
Marsh
Give
had,
this-
Marsh had a very down year last year. Alec Boehm was not great. Yeah, Jordan. If you cannot beat Jordan if you can't beat Jordan, he's going to make your life miserable. That
Yeah.
man is an animal. When he is healthy, he destroys pitching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about the spring training. They just played a game a couple days ago. How do you think that game went?
I didn't really see a ton of it, but I did see that Kyle Schwarber absolutely launched a nuke, dude. That thing went so far.
Yeah. I know.
But I mean,
I know.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. You know, the bats are there already, which is really good.
Yeah.
The guys are starting to get themselves back into the swing of it. It's it's fun to see baseball back, dude. I personally up here, I know Philly's absolutely buried under another foot of snow. But
Yeah.
I have been counting down the days until pitchers and catchers reported for like 5 months. I've just been waiting for a sign that it's going to start getting warmer because I can't stand it being this cold. I woke up today for the first time in like a week. It was under 20 degrees, and I went, "Oh, this sucks."
Dude, in my area, we got 1.5 feet.
Oh,
We got 1.5 feet of snow in my area, and it's supposed to snow again tomorrow.
I'm 2.5 hours north of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It rained for 2 days, and then we got 1.5 inches of snow.
The hell? Dude, my best friend, one of my best friends, he moved to Seattle. All they get is rain.
Yeah.
All they get is rain.
Yeah, that's it, all day. Which
Yeah,
honestly,
appreciate that,
genuinely,
Coach.
I wouldn't mind it raining because you know what that means? It's not below freezing.
Yeah.
It means that it can't turn to snow. It can't turn to ice.
So, really quick, I want to give a special shout out to Coach Ed here. If you guys did not see, he had a big NFL mock draft where representations of each team made a pick for their team in the NFL draft. It was actually a really good concept. Shout out to Coach Ed, man. Shout out to Coach Ed. Appreciate that. And there's actually been clips coming out on the channel.
I've been
of
seeing
that.
a lot of those reels and shorts and stuff coming out, and it's really good stuff. Great
Yeah.
job by you, Coach.
Yeah. They're still looking for an Eagles guy for the next one. I don't know if I can do it, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know about the Phillies, man. I'm just going to tell you this straightforward. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
I think they'll still make the playoffs. I think it'll be I mean, when you run into a juggernaut like an LA Dodgers who can just spend all the money in the world and defer it for 37 years, it's going to be tough to be able to beat them. I mean, dude, bro, they just added Kyle Tucker on top of Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez. They added Kyle Tucker. You mean to tell me there's not a problem with baseball with spending?
Is this Ultimate Team? Is this MLB The Show here?
That's what I'm thinking. They turned off players can't say no.
It's like you're on the team now, but you can't say that. It's like Madden Override. Remember when you override the trade?
Oh my gosh, yep.
Dude,
turn off the old CPU declines.
This is why we're getting a lockout next year. This is why.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking
And the
why.
problem is there's so many guys on teams that are saying that a salary cap is bad for baseball. And then you look at not only what the Dodgers are doing now, but if you remember back in like 08, 09, and even before then, what the Yankees did, how they were just loading up their roster for these like multi-year runs.
Right.
As being the best. Like the Dodgers are doing it again. It's just it went from being an East Coast thing with the Yankees all the time to now being a West Coast thing.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. Like, granted, I don't want to see a cap on baseball because of the fact that it's going to limit a lot of the small market teams. It's going to keep a lot of players from wanting to go to those small markets because their cap's going to be lower. Those teams aren't going to be able to spend. But on the flip side of that, I don't want everyone and their mother to sign with the LA Dodgers.
I just don't understand.
Like,
why not go to the Angels?
I don't want to turn around and have it be like, oh, LeBron James signed a contract with the LA. Stop it, please.
Can you imagine? It'd be like, oh wait, LeBron James is not an owner of the Dodgers. It's like
they've signed LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes, Anthony Edwards. Give it a rest.
Let's stop here. Let's stop. We're done.
Let everyone else play baseball.
Yeah. So, guys, last thing for the Phillies, then we're going to move on to the hockey because I personally want to talk about the Olympics a little bit. So, for the last thing for the Phillies, man, what do they have to do to start off the season hot? Because I know towards the end it's going to be kind of rough.
They just have to lock in. That's really all it is. Every team, I mean, granted, it's a very long season, so it's kind of hard to be able to keep that momentum a full 162 games.
Right.
But if you can at least win your first 3-4 series to start off the year, just taking 2 of 3, get a sweep in there if you can, you're going to be in a good spot to at least carry some momentum through the first month and a half, maybe even 2. And then from there, it's just going to be just trying to keep that momentum going. You have even without Zach Wheeler right now, you have a solid pitching staff. Taijuan Walker excluded, even though he had really solid outings near the end of the season there to like filling in that gap. But you lost, in my opinion, your most dominant lefty in Ranger Suarez. Christopher Sanchez is incredible. He was in Cy Young conversations last year. Luzardo is really, really good. Aaron Nola is coming. I feel like he's going to be coming back with a bit of a vengeance because he had a really rough show last year. They're saying that it might be like a month or 2 before Wheeler's back. I don't know for sure. Thoracic outlet is very, very tough to call. It's what ended Steven Strasburg's career. So it's really tough to be able to call with the whole Zach Wheeler situation. But as long as everything is ticking when regular season play comes around, you're going to be in a good spot. This offense is very potent. The pitching is very dominant when they're on. It's just the question is always going to be the back end of the bullpen. You have Johan Duran to close out these games, and he is very, very good. It's about getting to him and maintaining a lead. That's what it's always been. That's what it's always going to be.
It's not going to change until Rob Thompson is fired. Let's be honest.
It's not going to change until someone in that front office uses their whole brain and not just a small bit. Because you're signing, you got this great closer. You have all these really good offensive pieces. You have a really good bullpen. How do you bridge from those starters to that closer when your offense is potent and you have a lead and you're going into you're potentially being able to work a save situation? You need those guys to be able to bridge that gap. And Jose Alvarado ain't going to be able to do it all himself, bro.
I know.
I know. You can't just rely on a fireballing lefty all the time. I'm gonna hit you back with a bit of a way back machine here. Look at what it got us with Antonio Bastardo.
Bruh.
I don't think I need to say anymore.
No, we're good. We're good there. We're good there. But shit, man. Shit.
Yeah, dude. That's my brain every time Alvarado comes out now. I'm just like, shit.
It's not just that, dude. It's not just that. Rob Thompson's on a hot seat. He's gotta be here. He's gotta be.
I hope so.
Why wouldn't he be?
I mean,
Is
The
this
fact
like
that
a
he's-
Nick?
the fact
Is
that he's
this like
made it to
a
the po-
Nick
I mean-
Nurse or Nick Sirianni type of thing?
I mean, look, if I had to pick between one
Yeah.
of two coaches to put on the hot seat right now, Rob
Yeah.
Thompson, Nick Nurse, I'd be putting Nick Nurse.
Oh,
Thompson's
well,
at
yeah,
least made the playoffs with this team.
yeah. Wait,
He's
we
at
made
least,
the
he's at
we
least
made the
produced-
playoffs. Sixers made it. I mean, everyone makes the playoffs.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Tyrese Maxey postered the shit out of Ant Edwards, dude.
You saw my clip? You saw my
Yeah.
clip? I was like, dude, I had to clip that.
Yeah,
I had to clip that.
VJ Edgecombe
But-
gave that a 6 out of 10.
I'm like, what the hell? Not a 6-7, just a 6 out of 10. So, hey, we gotta get into Flyers hockey, man. It's a second half. It's just about to start. How you
Yeah.
feeling, man? Because you went on kind of a rant yesterday on This Week in Flyers hockey.
Because a lot of these talking heads are already writing this team off, and these are guys that are expecting that the rebuild to already be done when we brought in a new head coach and retooled our entire front office. How do you expect 6.5 weeks to close out an entire rebuild?
Right.
Like this team is like I said on Monday, dude. This team is shaping. They're shaping better than I expected for the first year of this new front office, new coaching regime.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of it, the first couple of months, was us just still washing the filth that was John Tortorella off of the entire organization.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest? Am I a bit sour that Tortorella won gold as part of the coaching staff for Team USA? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That's fair.
I digress there. I like where this team has already gotten. Even if they don't make the playoffs this year, they're in a very solid position for continued success down the line. They have players in place. Trevor Zegras is an incredible player. Travis Konechny is getting himself into a really good groove. When me, James, and Joe did the interview with Jim Jackson, he said it, and I agree with it. Owen Tippett is playing some of the best hockey of his career right now. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that are putting forth a lot of really good effort. And the thing with hockey is it starts with your guy between the pipes. And Dan Vladar has been an absolute revelation for this team. The
Mhm.
main thing the Flyers usually have an issue with is finding a number one goaltender. And by God, they found it in Dan Vladar.
Yeah.
He not only career high in games started already for him this season, he got an Olympic nod to go to Italy to play for Latvia. Like, this guy is getting the recognition already, and not only from his own team, but from his home country. Like,
Yeah.
that, you look at the blue line play of Jamie Drysdale, Travis Sanheim, Emil Andre, Noah Juleson, Rasmus Ristolainen. Like, you're getting great play up and down your entire roster. And it's exactly what you wanted to see from a team that's rebuilding is they're not just laying down and dying once they go down 2-0. They're fighting back and losing games 4-3. So even the games they lose ugly, they lost a couple to like Dallas and Pittsburgh and Buffalo, like 5-2, 5-1. But those were just games where goaltenders were on.
Yeah.
Easily could have been a 5-4, 6-5 type of game. So the team is fighting, and that's, I think, the main thing with the expectation that I have with the Flyers is, as long as you're stealing points and winning some games, you're only 8 points out right now coming back into play. You're 8 points out of a wild card right now. Guess who the two Eastern Conference wild card teams are right now? Buffalo and Boston.
Yep.
Those are your two wild card teams. You've already taken 3 of the top 5 teams in the league to the limit multiple times this year in Colorado, Edmonton, and Carolina. You've taken them to the limit. Yeah, like the Oklahoma City Thunder were competing when they were rebuilding. This Flyers team could easily get their foot in the door and make noise when it comes playoff time.
Yeah.
Very easily.
You know who didn't compete when they were rebuilding? The Sixers.
And how long did that rebuild take?
It's still going on. It's still going on. Let's be honest. I'm kidding.
Mitch, 26 games to play. You're 8 points out of a playoff spot.
It is
In,
very
in
well.
in year one of a whole new front office and coaching staff, you're 8 points out with less than 30 games to play in a very competitive Metropolitan division. The number one team in your division is the Carolina Hurricanes, who everyone from the start of this season said they will be the Eastern Conference representative in the Stanley Cup. And you've taken them to the limit all 3 times that you've played them this year.
Right.
You have had those guys biting their nails down so hard they don't even have fingers left.
I know.
And then you have all these talking heads on the radio on WIP and 97.5 The Fanatic being like, this team's not winning games. They had a rough 15-game stretch before the Olympic break. That's the one dark mark on this season so far is that 15-game stretch. And then you got the chance to mentally reset. You sent 3 people to Italy for the Olympics. 3. The rest of the team has been home grinding.
I know.
I cannot wait for this team to get back on the ice and start playing games again and being competitive.
When did it go back?
When
did they get back?
It's either tonight or tomorrow. Let me double check.
Here, I got you too. I'll look too. I'm gonna take it. Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow against the Capitals.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you play the Rangers at home, a team that can't buy a win on their own home ice if they tried.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna
He's
be
Arcu's a Rangers fan. Sorry.
I'd hate to spit facts, but the Rangers just have not been good on home ice this year.
Oh, I mixed up the Texas Rangers. My bad.
No, the Texas Rangers are hurting losing Marcus Semien, bro.
Yeah. But
And
I think
I'm
I
hurting
asked
from
this.
that because he went to the Mets.
I think I gotta ask this.
Yeah,
How am I playing? I heard I'm in a slump here. Come on.
I'm tired of talking about Matvei Michkov at this point.
Damn.
It's been the topic of discussion for every single talking head in the city of Philadelphia, and I just want it to die. The kid is having a sophomore slump. Everybody has it happen. Your first year, you're very decent. Your second year, sometimes you fall off a table. It's just the way shit goes, man. Like, cut the kid some slack, bro. He's still putting out solid effort every night. He just isn't putting the puck in the net like he was last year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that what he's doing isn't valuable. Like, look at Zegras. He hasn't scored in a while. He's still doing valuable things on that ice. Same thing with Sean Couturier. Owen Tippett has had so many opportunities to be able to start scoring goals, and he's missing. But it just means that you're seeing the net. You're seeing it. It's only a matter of time before that floodgate opens and you start scoring in bunches. It may not happen this year, but it'll build your confidence going into next year. Shit, it might even build your confidence, who knows, going into the playoffs when you secure that spot.
Yeah.
Like I said, all you have to do is get your foot in the door and make some goddamn noise. And this team can do it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings right now for the Metropolitan. Wow, they're right there.
Yeah. Look at the full standing with wild card, dude. You're literally sitting 8 points out right now.
Damn.
All you need is an opportunity to dance. I'm serious.
Yeah.
All you need is an opportunity to get in, and you could be the loudest man in the room.
I know. And
dude, you know that playoff hockey in Philly, we go crazy.
Dude, I remember when the Flyers played the Bruins in like that 7-game series. Do you remember that? I was
the
at
triple overtime game.
I was at a party that
Mhm.
game, right? I was at a party, and everyone was watching the game. I was watching the game with the parents because I was just like superstitions,
Yeah.
And we won. I was like, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
that was
I'm like, there you go, guys. You're welcome.
That was Simone Gagne with that winner, wasn't it? And
Yes.
Bush was in net. Yeah.
That was my favorite Flyers team. That's my favorite Flyers team because I actually saw it.
No, the last time in my opinion, the last time they made noise in the playoffs with that Giroux shift versus the Penguins.
When was that?
I think that was 2000. Was that 12 or was that 16?
It's got to be one of those two.
I don't remember, but beat Sid on the opening faceoff.
Yep.
Puck gets dumped down. They start to work it back out. Sid in front of his own bench gets buried by Claude Giroux. Puck gets moved around in the neutral zone, gain entry. Puck finds its way back to Giroux. Goal. That place exploded. If we can see that kind of play to start off the playoffs here for Philadelphia this year, uncontainable.
I know.
Like people that live in South Philly, be aware of decibel warnings again.
All right. Now we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about the gold game, the Olympic game, the USA winning the gold. First time since a miracle. Jesus Christ. I was live streaming, right? I was live streaming during NFL Sunday morning show, and I hear my dad scream like I haven't heard him scream in God knows how long.
Yeah,
and I was here on the live, like, we won.
It was an incredible game, man. Not only for the players, for the family of Johnny Gaudreau,
right?
Even for individual guys like Jack Hughes, Zach Werenski, who the heck was it called? Connor Hellebuck. But
Hellebuck, yep.
That was huge for hockey in the United States. More than anything else, if you wanted to talk about something that could grow the game in your country, that moment right there.
Yep.
First of all, the previous round, looking at that going into overtime, it looked like, US and Canada might not even make it to gold. Being up on US being up on who was it? Sweden, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Canada having to battle back against Finland in their semifinal game. Both teams having to face down overtime and having to win their way in that way. And then US going up 1-0 early. Canada responding. And then Connor Hellebuck standing on his head and pulling off some of the craziest saves that I think I've ever seen in an Olympic setting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple of Pittsburgh fans
in
the
1980 U.S. hockey team also named Jack Hughes. Yeah.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's literally insane.
And not only did you win with one pair of brothers in Jack and Quinn Hughes, you won with two pairs of brothers in not just the Hughes, but the Kachucks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's a brotherly, it's like a family reunion.
Yeah, hockey is a brotherhood, literally and figuratively, dude.
That is like, dude,
insane.
I've been trying to get back into hockey all season long. Like, I've been trying, but now it feels like it's the right time. Now it feels like for me to get back into it.
Now more than ever, even after for weeks, Mitch, you've heard me stamping my flag that hockey was back in Philadelphia. If you needed a secondary reason, that game right there. That game pardon my language, that game right fucking there was exactly what you needed to see for the growth of the game of hockey in the United States. An absolute knockdown, drag him out. Connor Hellebuck stopped 46 shots in that game. That man was being peppered that entire game by Nathan McKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, and Connor McDavid, to name a few. on that roster. And he stood tall, dude.
Yeah, proud to be an
Yeah,
American.
dude, there was literally what you call it? Like I want to say it was like a youth hockey game happening somewhere, and they literally took a timeout for everyone in that little arena to celebrate the U.S. winning. It was like a 20-minute long timeout, and they went back to playing hockey.
ESPN Plus has one of the market hockey games.
Yeah, all the out of market games. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn. I'm just
Which
saying.
I think
like,
you being in Jersey, I think they would black out the Devils on you so you get the Flyers.
Yeah, but I have a website where I can watch it for free.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, same too.
Like,
Same
I'm
here.
good. I'm already good. It's like if I want to watch hockey, if there's nothing else on, I don't have to stream. Just go to that website, man.
Hey,
You just have to go to that
Yeah.
website. It is crazy how
I
it
mean,
works.
even aside from watching the Flyers, dude, like some of the teams that I'll recommend for you to like check out the way they play.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Colorado Avalanche. They
Right.
are, I believe their record right now is 37-9-9. They do
I
not
just-
have
hold on.
double-digit losses yet this year,
Give me
which
a
is
sec.
crazy to me.
I'm looking this up right now. What's it say? 37-9-9. Yep.
Yeah,
You got it. 37-9-9.
they are the best team in the NHL.
Okay.
Pretty much consensus. A majority, if not everyone, expects them to be the team that's going to win the cup this year, and which is crazy to think because they actually got rid of one of their better guys in Mikko Rantanen last year.
Damn.
They got rid of one of their better offensive producers in Mikko Rantanen, and everyone has picked up around him. Val Nichushkin, Gabe Landeskog, and Nathan McKinnon have become an absolute wrecking crew after losing Mikko Rantanen in a deadline trade. It's been insane.
It does. Yes.
But like them, the Edmonton Oilers are another really good team just because of the fact of the way Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid play is out of sight.
Mhm.
And then personally, this is just me because it's a team that I've been following ever since they beat us in the Stanley Cup because I like the composition of their team. The Chicago
Yeah.
Blackhawks. They're not as good as they have been in the past, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from them so far in this rebuild surrounding Connor Bedard. So I would keep an eye on them. But I mean, you really can't go wrong with any teams. Minnesota's another one. The Minnesota Wild are another team. They just added Jack Hughes' brother Quinn probably about 3 months ago. And
Yeah.
just the influx of youth in that organization has been giving them hope after the two heavy albatross contracts in Zach Parise and Ryan Suter during that year that the Flyers were trying to go after Shea Weber. I think the both of those guys got like 13-year contracts or something like that. And it
I
wound up
think it was something like that. Yeah.
and then they both started to lose their luster. Minnesota cut ties with both of them and were sitting on so much dead money for so long. I think it was like $15 million in dead money every year for the last like 10 years. Like
Yep.
it was bad. And now they're finally starting to see some actual like positivity come through that organization. Kirill Kaprizov has been incredible. And like I said, adding Quinn Hughes has just made that team a lot more of a potent offense. Like there's so many teams that you cannot go wrong with watching in the sport of hockey for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just my dad barely watched hockey. He barely does. And he had it on his monitor. I was like, wow. Like I've never been to when was the last time I was at a Flyers game? Probably when I was a kid.
I can tell you
Like-
exactly when I was the last time I was at a Flyers game.
Go for it.
It was February of 2016. I took my wife to her first Flyers game. We played the
Oh,
Buffalo
wow.
Sabres. We played the
Okay.
Buffalo Sabres. RJ Umberger scored in that game for the Flyers. His first goal of that year. There was 22 games left to play. He
Oh
hadn't
my
scored a
God.
goal all season long. We went up. The team was up 5-1 on Buffalo with, I want to say, about 6 minutes left to play. Radko Gudas catches a body at center ice. Absolutely blows a dude up. Like full, like you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with this NFL term. Full hospital pass style. Dude's looking over his shoulder, grabbing a puck, turns around, and Radko is just here. Just meets this man. Takes him out, and then just drops gloves and beats the piss out of somebody else.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, a good friend of
It
mine.
wound up being a hell of an experience for her. I got to run into a few friends that I had made when I spent some time working for Aramark down at Citizen Bank Park. So
I remember you
all-
telling me that. Yeah.
all in all, it was a really good time. It was a really fun experience to be able to share that with my wife for her first hockey game. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Yeah. So Arco, you're gonna like this. So a good friend of mine, he's a diehard Flyers fan. He's a diehard everything. He went to the bar for the game. It was
Yeah.
packed. For the
Oh,
Olympic
yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
He's like, Mitch, he sent me a picture of him drinking beer like around 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
do I need to see this? That was the guy
Guess
that
what? Guess what?
What?
You'll see it a lot this summer with the World Cup coming.
Oh my God, yeah. That's the guy who met Mitch Tov. I told you this. And he
Yeah.
took a selfie with him. He was like, Mitch, why are you here at 2 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, son of a bitch, I was sleeping. Yeah.
Clearly,
So,
you weren't.
it woke me up. Yeah. So, guys, I want to thank Austin for popping in and joining me. This is going to be an every Tuesday morning thing around the same time as our Phillies and Flyers. So yeah, really quick, guys, before we send you off to the 3-point blitz with Nikki C's at 12, what you got coming, man? What you got coming?
I've been diving into the 2025 Game of the Year, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, right over here at twitch.tv/Hambo26. Aside from that, it's been Baldur's Gate 3, pretty much just anything that sort of like tickles my fancy at the time. I may end up running Resident Evil 4 remake for the 8th time. Like,
Oh my God.
So I mean, it's honestly most of the time it's just whatever I've been feeling. I'm really digging Claire Obscure right now. The prologue to that game had me in tears. Act 1 was basically the opening scene to Saving Goddamn Private Ryan. So it's been really, really fun. I'm a big turn-based RPG type of guy. So being able to see this like revolution of gaming has been really, really fun. And if you know, it's free to follow if you want to join me on the journey, man. Definitely make sure you drop in.
Yeah, guys, make sure you join him. And we're working on a Hardcore Play and Rewind YouTube channel that's still in the works right now.
I am actually currently editing the Claire Obscure videos to be able to put up there.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
Cool,
I
cool.
have the first two streams downloaded. I'm going to chop those up and get them put up there in the next few days.
Nice. All right, guys, we're going to send you over to Nikki Steed for the 3-point blitz. And we got a lot of shit coming on the network, man. A lot of shit coming. So with that being said, like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time, man. Peace, guys. Have a good rest of your day. See you guys tonight at 7 for the Sixers. Peace.